3, 2, 1, and we should be good. All right. Okay. So, like I said, I'm going to be starting my regular stuff again. I was planning to have like this complete, like the entire dungeon system completely done a while back, but oh well. Just gonna share the link inside Discord. Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's go. So, it's been a while since we've done like been working on this. So, for anybody to, well, actually, I've done a lot of this like off stream while during treatments and stuff. So since this has been a while since I've actually worked on this on stream, I'll just explain a couple things. So I've been working on more core systems. I've been working on the overall dungeon system for like keeping track of keys, doors that have been unlocked, stuff like that. So yeah, and also working on like improvements to just simplify stuff. So I actually been working on like a way to like actually like save that data as well. So I'm going to be finishing that and so forth. Basically, my tasks are for this stream is basically do at least all these, and then do some other more stuff. So first, let's actually do the key thing. So before or last time I had this, I was using like my old like what's it called, like where I actually like use like the player inventory and stuff, and that could get quickly annoying. And honestly, I don't need that for like the entire inventory setup for like picking up keys and stuff. So we're actually going to change that. I'm actually gonna make a new script real quick. I'm gonna actually set this up. I'm gonna just do. I'm gonna actually just say let's just call it like dungeon key pickup. We're gonna just call that. And honestly, for the most part, I can actually just copy most of this code. Let's actually say dungeon model instead of that. I'm going to just copy that stuff and just implement them real quick. So since I already have like a interactable system that I made a couple streams ago, it's actually going to be like a lot quicker to set up. And actually, instead of doing actually, yeah, I could still just use the interactable system. So you're gonna be like, I don't need like the interactable mode and all that kind of stuff. What I'm gonna just say equals collision, because I made it where with the interactable system you could like it could be like something you interact with, like pressing like an interaction button like E or like a button on the controller. So like you're actually using a key, stuff like that. But I want this one to be collision. I want to be able to pick up a key whenever I collide with it. I don't know what my lizard is. She's just having fun. Not going to need this version of the method. We're only going to need these two. So yeah, let's begin. All right, so I can actually copy a good portion of the stuff. So I could just like take the entire like thing. So originally I was just adding it into like my copy of the oh, I just realized modern behavior. There we go. And I was just like adding it to like the inventory stack, but I actually need that. Let's do this. Let's just grab this. I know I'm copying like the part that says like inventory, but I'm actually gonna be changing that around. And I'm gonna actually do this. Oh yeah, like controller. There we go. And instead of saying item, I'm gonna do this. So what I did was yesterday while I'll stream, I basically created a key type and like a dungeon map type. So and like little dungeon data. So I can actually just use the key type. Yeah, I can just basically go here and I could just say public key type type of key. So this lets us choose like what kind of key we're picking up and interacting with and so forth. Also, I need to say serialized field real quick. Actually, you know, I don't even need to do that because key dungeon key picks up will always be collision, so that's okay. That's never shown inside the inspector. So how I did it was yesterday I made it where there is a method called pickup dungeon, and I created an entire new thing like core system called like dungeon system that doesn't even like it's not even a component inside the scene. So I can actually just say dungeon system. I can just say pickup key. And what I can do is instead of like doing that, I literally can just pass in a couple different things. I could either pass in like a dungeon key argument, or I could also pass in just like a tuple. So like the dungeon key arguments is like what dungeon this is in and everything and stuff like that. And I made it where if there's any reason like I need to like pass in like a full set of arguments, you can. But in most cases, I can actually just say pick up dungeon key, and I can just pass in the key type. And the reason why is I'm gonna have it where whenever you load a new dungeon, it automatically sets like the current dungeon that we're in. So I can say like a public static active dungeon map, and I can just say dungeon map. Yeah, so I'm gonna make it where I actually just keep track of like what the current dungeon map what I can do here is I can actually make a method where I just pass in like a key type, and what I can do is I can actually call that pickup key dungeon, and I can say a new dungeon keys argument, and I can put in active dungeon map and then pass in key type. So now if I want to just say, hey, I picked up a key in the current dungeon, I'll just do this. But if I want to set it, like if I want to have it special keys, maybe you need to like find a key outside of a dungeon, or like a dungeon entrance key. So like there's certain keys that you actually find outside the dungeon. Like for example, the gnarled root, you get the key from the tree. Maybe you want, so maybe instead of being inside a dungeon right now, you're actually picking up getting the key from like the tree, Deku tree. Yeah, man, I could not think about that for a second. Also, I need to before I forget, dungeon entrance key equals to, because like I said, some dungeons do actually have a key to the entrance. So yeah, but if we're actually inside the dungeon and on the overworld, we could just call this method, and it'll get the active dungeon map. What is the active dungeon map? And boom, there we go. So now all I got to do in here is just put in the key type that we currently have, send the inspector, and that's literally it. That's all we need to do. I wonder, might not even need, honestly, I might not even need to have this inherit from interactable. Now, since I think about it, yeah, this might actually be a little overkill. Yeah, actually, I actually don't need like inherit from interactable. I can actually just do that because I don't need, I don't care about any of the information that's on like control, the controller body. So I can actually just do this. I just need to make sure that the object has the correct like collision layer set up. Yeah, so all I gotta do is this. Yep, that's as simple as be. Oh, I can even remove this. Yeah. So here we go. So, and that's good. So hopefully now, basically what happens, since I made this off stream, I'll go ahead and show you like what is currently happening right now. So basically, I pick up the dungeon key, goes through this process, it checks to see if I have like if the key, like the active dungeon, is in a dictionary. I do have like a little dictionary up here for the dungeon map, and dungeon map is just enum. So like in Legend of Zelda Oracle Seasons, you have like the gnarled roots and stuff like that, like the name of dungeons. I'm literally just seeing what is the name of the dungeon we're currently in, and basically I say, okay, I picked up this key, it's a gnarled dungeon at and it gets a dungeon data. The dungeon data keeps track of like the dungeon level. Actually, I rename that to dungeon map, not dungeon level. It was originally called I haven't added any objects, so don't care if it formally serializes. But basically, the dungeon keep data keeps track of like how many keys you have on hand. So the amount of keys that you have picked up and haven't used yet. That way, you know like how many doors you can like unlock and lock. If you have like how many boss keys on hand. The reason why I didn't just make this a boolean like has boss, I want to do some customization where like I want to like tweak one of the dungeons to make it where you need 2 boss keys for and tweak up the boss fight a little bit. Also, what I might want to do before I forget is I'll go ahead and just do int, and I'll just say entrance keys on hand, because like I said, there are keys. Oh my god, what the hell did my cat? I don't know. One second, I gotta go check see what my cat did. Okay, it's my cat. Sorry about that. I'm back. My cat's just being stupid. It's okay, everyone. Okay, say my stream is like lower than this. Stream reporting. Oh, anyways, so that's basically it. Like basically, dungeon data keep track of like everything I had and so forth. And I'll also use dungeon data to keep track of like special events that have gone through a room and so forth. Cool. And that actually will be saved into a save file. Yeah, let's actually check to make sure this works, because I have actually not tested out any of these feature. I haven't tested this out yet, so we're about to see if this works right off back. So I just need to change this key up. Instead of the key being a pickup item, I just need to say the key is a dungeon key pickup. Just say it's a normal key, so it's just a normal key. Go ahead and actually like override the prefab. Oh, you know, I should have I forgot to make it the key like disappear once it's picked up. All right, so yeah. And what I'm gonna do is inside the dungeon layout, I'm gonna actually so I plan to have a dungeon manager as well. Dungeon model manager. Yeah, dungeon layout. I'm gonna have dungeon manager, and each scene will have like a dungeon manager in it. And instead of like a dungeon index, we'll have like the we'll have like a what's it called? Dungeon data. So dungeon data, private dungeon data. And I'm gonna just say that. And I'm gonna say dungeon. Oh, no, come on. Oh, dungeon model. Now I don't need any of that. We don't need this anymore because that's actually part of the dungeon system. And yeah, so I'm gonna actually just use this as a way to when I say on awake, let's do this. So we need to actually assign the dungeon data. Dungeon data, loaded scene. And now we gotta go to the dungeon system and we're gonna grab this. So we're gonna try to get the dungeon data and hopefully see if this works. We're gonna say dungeon data. So dungeon data equals dungeon system dot try get dungeon data. And even though we're trying to load whatever data is to this, we can also just use whatever we have, like passing that. So dungeon map. All right. Oh yeah. It's out instead. So out. Yeah, there we go. And that actually lets me well, let's just see. Oh, you know what? We can do this. If actually, yeah, let's try this. I was gonna say, let's do this. Dungeon data. Yeah, dungeon data equals 2. All right, out that. Okay, so if dungeon data does exist, so bear with me on this one. So if dungeon data does not exist, actually, what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna go ahead and just, for our own sanity's sake, add the dungeon data. As long as the wait, yeah, as long as the dungeon map, I'm gonna actually name that too. That way we can, if we need any save stuff, yeah, you know what? We'll do that. I was gonna return if we're actually like trying to get the overworld dungeon or data, but it might be useful to actually just have overworld data saved there. So whenever we try to get the dungeon data on loading the new dungeon, if the dungeon maps dictionary doesn't have that value for that, what we'll do is we'll just add that. We'll do dungeon map and dungeon data. Oh, what? Oh yeah. We need to say. Actually, oh yeah, technically we do that. So basically, if that dungeon data, we'll just say add that. Oh, actually, yeah, because I was gonna say there's a chance that this dungeon data. Oh, you know what? Actually, no matter what, whenever we go through this, if there's no dungeon data, it will set null. I was gonna say, what if someone accidentally like tries to pass in dungeon like a already existing or like a dungeon data that actually has data? But you know what? That's okay. Yes, this will take care of that. Okay, yeah. So basically, if data dungeon maps does not have that map already inside the data system for like saving, loading, and events tracking, we'll create new dungeon data and then we will add it to dungeon map. and we will just return it, whatever dungeon data was made. Um, oh yeah, okay. What? I just thought about that. Do. How about that? Yeah, oh yeah, because I actually might want to just do a check. You know what? Crap. Hold on. I might actually, I'm gonna actually keep it the original way, where I just have like returning this. Okay, so bear with me for a second. I gotta go back down here and freaking rename that Overworld. I actually want to do this instead. Public static. Uh, let's do try get or set, and I'm gonna actually just say void on this one, and get or set or get or set dungeon data. I guess get or instead of get or set, get or add dungeon data instead. So I can just do this as well. Yeah, okay. Yeah. This is just mainly safety precaution for a couple things. I'm gonna go ahead and move those down. Actually, wait. I'm always worried about getting it too long. So I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I will do this. So I'm gonna grab this. Well, I'm actually going to say try get dungeon data here, and I'll do that. Yeah, okay, yeah, this is probably the better for this. I mean, I could do it either way, but I could do this either way, but that's dungeon data. 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 And basically, if yeah, so basically, if it doesn't exist, then we do that sequence of events where I basically say dungeon maps dot add uh, uh, to yeah. Okay, so I haven't added any like anything to the constructor right for that. Yeah, okay, no, I haven't. Okay, so yeah, I can just do this and I'll just say dungeon map uh, dungeon map equals that. This way I can just go ahead and just that might not even need to do that as well. I'll just say dungeon data. Yeah, you know what? It's good. It's good. We'll just do this. Basically, if data doesn't exist, create a new date, like add it to like add a new data to it. If it does already exist, just return or like just return the data. Return data. Yeah, it's simple as that. Overthinking it. That's okay. And then I can just say get or add dungeon data, and I can just say dungeon map. This dungeon map. And I can also say dungeon data equals that. And now, because the dungeon system is a static class, so it can't see in the hierarchy, but I want it static so I don't have to worry about a few different things. Oh yeah, there we go. So if I say gnarled roots, and just to like make sure like this is actually working or not, I'm gonna say I'm going to do debug.log. I'm going to say no dungeon no dungeon data for the passed in map. This making one. There we go. Yeah. Why is it drop? Like, why is my kilobyte so low? Okay, I gotta check something real quick. Wait, what? Sorry, YouTube keeps saying that, hey, your bit rate is like too low, but and it's saying I'm not doing audio, but like I just went into like the actual like stream and I had audio. Okay, I see how it is. YouTube just being weird. Whatever. But anyways, yeah. Okay, so now if I did make this do that on awake, right? Okay, so fingers crossed. We're gonna see how this works. So no dungeon data, yay. Okay, yeah, so no dungeon data exists, so making new one. Okay, that's exactly what we want. When you first enter the dungeon for the very first time, it adds the new dungeon data and all that kind of stuff. Keep track of it. And then what I could do is with the pickup key, as I mentioned before, it should, oh yeah, I can also set the dungeon data or the dungeon system to use the current dungeon data map. There we go. And then what this should do is whenever I pick up a key, it should add the key to the active dungeon data map. Okay, and hopefully that works. We're gonna find out. So I'm gonna go here. Oh, I should also say destroy this or destroy game object because the key doesn't need to exist anymore. So let's go do this and check this out real quick. All right. And also when I play it this time, so if I play it this time, Nani. Set tune instance. You mean no? It said tune instance engine data. Oh, we're gonna have fun with this one. Dungeon data is not. The dungeon data is literally. Okay. We're gonna just enter debug mode real quick. Dungeon system getter at default. Sure. Oh. Oh no, I just realized something. I think I know what happened. I forgot to add a forgot to set up the construct or like mark that as like a do not clean up. I'm still getting used to like the Unity 6.5 things. Okay, yeah. Pretty sure that's what it is. So if I actually go back here and actually show Unity real quick. Yeah. You can resume. Okay, so let's actually go here and click just to show this off. This is actually Unity 6.5 that I need to start thinking about stuff like this for future. So if I actually click play here, I mean, and if I actually go inside here, so if you notice when I go inside here, we don't like dungeon data equal. So now we got new dungeon data, but once we try to go inside here, you'll notice that dungeon maps. So go here. Dungeon maps data is back to being null because it couldn't find it. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's a simple thing. All I gotta do is like go back here, and then I just gotta go. I just gotta say, uh, since tries to get the data and then just pass back the null value after we try to get the data, I actually need to do this here instead of so forth. Now dungeon data or dungeon data. I need to do that, and then I need to say data equals new. So I just need to put this inside one loop. All right, yeah, there we go. I was like, man, I feel like missed a spot there, but yeah, that's what I was trying to remember. I was like, man, there's gonna be like one instance where that's a little off. Also, I really should add the Unity 6.5 new tribute above that constructor. Da, 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 da. So yep, there's no null reference. I'm gonna just pause it. And wait, they're not going around. If I go through here, you'll see neural roots. So hopefully, when I pick up that key, grab the key. Okay, so grab the key. It did the key did get erased. Right, well, I was hoping there was nothing else I might have to check out, but apparently. Okay, so let's go here. Let's actually go to the pickup dungeon. Add an acknowledged key. Get dungeon new key argument. Check. Active dungeon map. Oh, yeah. Let's actually see. I'm gonna actually go for here. I just want to see like what is saying the active map is. Let's check that out. Oh yeah. All right. All right. So let's go here. Let's go through this entire process. I can actually put this in thing. Go in. Go in. Uh, Wait, what? Let's bring that big bug point back to here for a second. Okay, hold on that. All right, go back here. Okay, go in. There we go. Okay, so touch mount, gnarled roots out. Let's go over. All right, so there is a oh. All right. So I literally whoops, my bad. So it is actually working. Yeah, my bad. Yeah. Actually, I need to move this out. All right. So technically, it did work. It is like actually going the way I was expecting it to. I actually need to pull this out though. Um, and instead of doing like a get or set stuff there, actually, I'm gonna do. Yeah, all right, well, one second. Okay, so instead of saying um, I just need to move that down. Because only adding the keys if it was actually null, and then we're actually adding. Also, I probably should do the same thing here. Instead of doing try get dungeon data, I should go ahead and just do the get or add dungeon data here. So I'm going to just say dungeon key dot arguments you actually, yeah, I'm gonna just say yeah, we're gonna just say dungeon data equals getter add, and instead of like that, we're gonna just push in dot dungeon map. Don't need this because this function will take care of this part. That's old method. We no longer need to worry about that. Setup, yeah, okay. Sure, I'm actually setting the dungeon arguments and stuff like that. Okay, cool. Okay, that was my bad. Okay, yeah, I'm glad I added this get or add dungeon data method. That cleaned up this method a lot. All right, so if I go back now, and if we actually go to the dungeon layout, I'm going to just do this maybe. Yep, go through here. But actually, I'm going to just resume. Yeah, there we go. Now it says keys on hands. Okay, yep, that's work. Okay, yay, we now got an entire dungeon data system. All right, there we go. Okay, so nice. And just making sure if I like set this key, I'm gonna actually just set as properties. I'm gonna just put it right down here. If I actually set this key to boss key, I'm gonna actually exit that. So if I actually go to like a boss key and do this, yep, boss key shows instead. All right, everything works as intended. Cool. There we go. And now, no joke, all we gotta do to make the dungeon system, all we gotta do for the dungeon, pick up dungeon, or like the dungeon system to actually save the data, I'm gonna go down to dungeon data, and I'm actually going to say SF, shoot, I think it's like save block. Save data block, yeah. So all I gotta do is make this inherit from save data block. The save data block is a system I set up where you just inherit a class from the save data block and it saves stuff from it. So I can just say save data block. And basically now I can actually just have, actually instead of doing save data, inheriting like this from save data block, what I should actually do, sorry, there's actually something better I should do. I should actually have like a. I will move some of these classes into their own like file. I was just data save data. I don't remember what I had for my naming convention for this. Yeah, okay. I just had like the what it was saving in an actual thing. And basically, I'm not kidding. The save data block can actually just be the dictionary here, and basically. This will let the save system save how many keys we have for the dungeon, how many boss keys, like if we picked up the boss key for the dungeon, and I can also add whatever here. So yeah, like I can even like add event tracking. So let's say you like because in some Zelda games, like whenever you beat like certain enemies, like if I actually scroll all the way up here, yeah. So in like Oracle Seasons, whenever you beat like a certain room, a portal near closer to the entrance would always like open, so you wouldn't have to like backtrack a lot. So the save data, now we can also add like a dungeon portal, like a we could do something like this. I could say like Boolean dungeon portal active, and like basically like whenever we kill the enemies or mini boss or whatever, and we activate the portal, we can just set this to true. And whenever the game gets saved, the save system will now know, hey, this dungeon has already had the portal active. So we can now use this and just literally have a lot of simple saving. And I'm gonna actually do dungeon data, save dungeon. I just have this equal like a new for now. Oh, and for the save system work, I set to serializable. And just to check this out, I'm going to go here. I'm gonna just test this real quick. I'm opening up a folder on the side because I actually do have like it actually does create like an actual save file. Okay, yeah, there we go. Just checking. So yeah, what I gotta do, by the way, I just had to say try or add save block. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna I just gotta like call like the set game data, and basically it'll actually like allow me to go through like the save data blocks and so forth. I'll do that last step later. I want to just I wanted to get the key system working. So yeah, all right, we can keep track of dungeon boss keys, keep track of keys that we picked up, all that kind of good stuff. Yeah, and this doesn't just work for the current dungeon, it works for all dungeons. So we never have to do this in the future again. All right, and also I have events for that'll be called. These events will be called whenever I pick up the key. That way, like the UI, when I add like the UI, like the player HUD and stuff, it'll actually like update with like how many keys we have. Depending on how much time we have today, I will finish. I might actually open up the player HUD. Also, I should turn off the debug mode in physics. Actually, yeah, let's do that real quick. I go to the oh yeah. So I'm gonna actually turn that off real quick. I'm actually gonna just keep this new physics stuff over here. Or yeah. Oh right, 6.5. Right. I was like, wait. So 6.4 and 6.3, the low level physics, or it was called low level physics. In 6.5, they renamed it to Physics Core 2D. So because I'm not using any actual colliders in here, and I can actually just do this stuff here. I'm so glad they did this. It was a pain in the butt going back and forth between physics settings. I mean, it was better than some other things, but let's turn off. That way we can actually see the game. There we go. All right, okay. And I want to make sure that that door opens now whenever all enemies are killed. Hoping that works now. Weird. I'll work on the collision. Yay, okay, so we can pick up keys, turn doors open whenever you kill all the enemies. Alright, it's starting to look like a somewhat okay game. I'll need to make it where I can pick up the rubies. If I push this block, it should open all the doors. Yeah. And now we got to make it where we can actually use that key. So let's go do that. So there's a couple different ways I could do this. Thankfully, with the new system I just created, it's not going to be hard. Also, get rid of this. So I'm going to just create a script called lock door. Doors. I'm going to just say, wait, I know I have like a room door setup. So if I actually go to like, I believe I have it in room controllers, right? Where? Okay, I know this one. Yeah, okay, movable. And I'm assuming I have it part of there. Yeah, okay. So what do I want to do this at? There's a couple different ways I can do this. Yeah, I'm gonna just do it quick and dirty just for now. Like just so I can actually like get this going. I will just add a simple script for now, and I'll like improve it if I need to do anything to it. We'll worry about that later. So let's do locked door, locked key door. Let's do locked key door. Or actually, I can just say key door. So I'm gonna just grab this and just shove it on there. So with the interactable system I set up early or created earlier, this should be super easy to do. So what I'm going to do, key door, I'm actually going to just keep the mono behavior, but implement the interactables using sf.interactable module interactables. There we go. Interactables. Wait. Oh, interactables. I was like, wait a second. And then just player controller. I have it where I can actually pass a specific component. That way, only like the player can interact with stuff. But I could have it where it's just like controller body instead, and both the player and enemies inherit from it. So I can make it where both enemies and the player can interact with objects. Let's do. Actually, yeah, I'll just have that as door module since that's technically part of the interactable thing. But now I can just go here and just say color. Don't need this for this specific version. I'm gonna say equals interactable mode input, because I have it where you can interact on collision, trigger, or do an input. So I'm gonna do input. Basically, we're gonna just make sure that. Well, actually, you know what? Since I did dungeon system, I could just do dungeon system, and I could actually just go and check the current yeah, we can actually do something like this. I could just say public static void, or actually let's do bool try use key, and I'll make it where this works for both boss doors and the normal door. And what I'll do is I'll just try to use I'll have it where whenever you try to interact with the door, I'll just say try to use key. And I can actually just set this up where to support any type of door, whether it's like the boss door, dungeon entrance door, or normal door. I can actually just say key type. I can actually just pass it in there. So basically, we'll see like if we have this specific key. If it does, I mean, we'll just have the door open, and that's literally it. So to do that, now since we actually have it where instead of saying I might want to have it where not only we have like a reference to the current dungeon map, but also like the current like active dungeon data. That might be a little bit easier. So I might be able to just say like as long as this is not null. It should never be null, but I'll go ahead and just do a check just for safety, because you never know how what players can randomly figure out how to break a game. So I'll just say active dungeon data if the active dungeon data actually we can just take this we can actually just take this switch statement. Now might be able to just make this a one-time switch expression. We're gonna just switch statement, and we're gonna say you yeah, we're gonna just that. So lowercase key type. If key type is dungeon key, we can just say active dungeon data, and we can say return. We'll just actually need if if active keys on hand is greater than 0, yeah, we could just do this. We'll say active dungeon keys on hand minus minus because we're using a key. And yeah, and then we'll just say return true. So basically, yeah, we were able to actually use a key. And no joke, online may not be the cleanest way to do this, but I could probably improve this downline a little bit more. Boss keys on hand, and I could just do the same thing. And then what we can also do here, I'm going to actually add another case real quick because we actually now have support for like entrance keys. And basically, like if the active dungeon entrance key, I think I just called it entrance key on hand, is greater than 0, we just return true. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna take away the entrance key because it's like a permanent key item, and that's literally do. And if we ever reach to this point, well, we know we're looking for a key type that doesn't exist, so we just say return false. Yeah, I'm assuming it's gonna be like, oh, add a default section. Oh, yeah, could just add a default section. That might actually be better. I love how it's saying worrying about well, technically like that should have been like that should actually be or enough. I'll just do that that way in case, because there actually are ways to actually put in even if you only have 3 types of enums, all the enum is just number value. You could actually just like force an enum to like be passed in like via a number, and if you put like a bit that doesn't match, yeah, it can do some funky stuff. So might as well just go ahead and keep that default break there for safety. Yeah, so anyways, what we're gonna do real quick, I'm gonna go and I'm going to just say else. I want to just try this. Don't have a key. And just for now, I'm gonna just for testing purposes, a key was used. All right, let's go here. Oh, key door, say normal key. I'm gonna make sure my contact filter alt skills. I'm also gonna say interactable. That way I know, hey, I can actually interact with this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to not pick up the key first. Oh, whoops, hold on, thought. That's wrong. I forgot to do one thing. I added a new variable saying active dungeon and so forth, but I forgot to actually make it where setting the like I never set the active dungeon. So that's actually part of the active manager. I actually need to do this. Active dungeon map, dungeon system. Also these say active dungeon data equals oh, or forget. Now it should work. That would have just it would have went through the if statement for checking that dungeon data is null, and it just wouldn't have done anything. So I'm gonna kill all these. Oh, I could have just made myself spawn in that room. You know what? That's okay. Let's go here. Oh. When I updated to the new physics system, I'm pretty sure I got the interactable filter hit triggers. Oh, had a freaking, I was like, there we go. I was like, why wasn't it working at first? I forgot to make it where it could also hit interactables as well. Okay, so I didn't pick up the key and it didn't work, which is correct because I can't open a door if I don't have the key for it. Okay, enemies respawn. That's good to know. Like, that's actually working. I gotta remember, I think this specific room actually had it where in the original game, enemies don't respawn. Okay, so make sure, let me also make sure, like, okay, whoops. I forgot when I was testing this out earlier, I was showcasing how easy it is. You could switch different key types. So I was like, I gotta set that back to normal key real quick. Forgot about that. Be gone, fell white, bony beast, Alphos or whatever. Alright, so I should now have a normal key, and hopefully when I interact with this door, it should say a key was used. Oh, well, okay. How about that? I need to go here, and I forgot to, I gotta remember to do that outside of play mode. The key was used, yay! Okay, so, yeah, alright, cool. We're good. I'm gonna just apply this. So, yay, and before I forget, so it can actually interact with the door. And there we go. So now all I gotta do is just remove the door. So I can actually just say destroy game object. Destroy game object. And that's it. That's literally it. So I can actually just destroy the door, and that's all we need. And the door should just open, and we can go to the next part of the dungeon. And now we have a key system that works for locked doors that I can literally use in any dungeon. I can use it into overworld as well, and so forth. So it's a universal Zelda-like key dungeon system. And I mean, it does more than keys. I mean, it can be used for like saving other data as well. So hopefully I go here. Yep, and there we go. And now we can start entering other rooms. So we now have a nice little system working. I can't remember if the chest is automatically. Now, if I remember right, I was working on chest now. All right, so let's do the chest system now. Container. Oh, I already had some stuff working on this. I forgot about that. All right, so let's make it where we can open chest. All right. I remember all this stuff. Oh yeah, I was testing. I ran into a bug or like an issue, and I found out it was actually a bug. At first, I thought it was a me thing, and then I did find out it was a bug. Okay, so I don't know. Have that way down there. Hold that thought. So when I updated from Unity 6.4 to 6.5, they renamed a name statement, and it literally like auto updated the name statement, but instead of like just adding one using statement up here, it added the namespace in front of every single variable. So let me just, and done. All right, anyways, all right. So let's go make sure I have this set up. So if the component does not equal null, check. Oh, okay. Well, I actually remembered to automatically. Oh yeah, I forgot. I made it where. Okay, this is all about him. I forget to set certain physics layers, so I actually made a system where I can have certain stuff automatically set the correct physics layer if I accidentally forgot to set it. Go me. Anyways, so if it's open, add item. Okay, so let's go and start working on it. Okay, so I think I already have the open chest sprite. Yep, there we go. Do mask, we're gonna say player. Wait, do I need, oh, sorry. Do I need that mask? Oh yeah, no, I don't need to even show that. Hold on. I actually can set that as private now. Forgot I was just doing that for testing purposes. Oh, I remembered why I had it public. Actually, I was making sure that bug was finally fixed in Unity. Actually, you know what? before I go further, I actually need to make sure that bug is generally fixed inside Unity. So if I actually set this to nothing, the mask, even though that stuff is set to like nothing, the treasure chest, hopefully, right. Unity keeps closing. Okay, yeah. So if you notice, I had it set to nothing, but automatically enabled the interactable thing. That way I didn't forget. Okay, just making sure that that bug was fixed, because there's an issue with since bit filters and stuff were like read only. There's some issues with it not being fixed on Unity side of things, but they did fix it. Okay, cool. So I can go ahead and make this private. There's no reason to show this inside the inspector. It just just messes up the inspector. There we go. So let's do this next. Okay, so I need to just add the item that we're going to be adding. I could also do something here. Instead of using the inventory system, I could also, I believe this is actually a dungeon chest, like a compass, if I remember right. So I might actually not need to worry about like adding like a list of items. Oh wait, I am actually adding item. Oh wait, this might have actually been working from the very beginning. It might have just looked like it didn't work because I didn't have like the open sprite set. Well, actually, so we don't have to like go through the earlier parts of the dungeon anymore. I'm gonna just yoink. Go to level 2, I guess. Because that way I don't have to like go through the gauntlet of like killing enemies and then so forth. Yeah. Punish him. Okay, so okay, yeah, it was actually it was already actually working. I just didn't set the open chest right. And if I actually go into inventory, okay, yeah, so now I gotta make it where I'm gonna specifically do something different here, because I originally was gonna add like the keys and stuff to a inventory system, but that actually the dungeon system simplifies it. So let's go ahead and do this. We're gonna add a new mono behavior. I'm gonna say open dungeon chest, specifically, and basically like the open dungeon chest will like give dungeon specific items instead of like compass, dungeon map, stuff like that. So let's just do this. I'm not kidding. For the most part, we can just go here and just yoink this. Like for real, we can just come up here and just take most of this, and simplify it a little bit. To instead of saying item container, we don't need it inheriting from item container, but we do need it to have the interface. And I can actually just copy this. So like the open container will be useful for like adding like rubies and stuff like that. But if it's like a one-time dungeon permanent like compasses, we could just use a simpler setup. All right. For the yep, that in there. Do and basically. I can actually get rid of that now. And all I'm going to say is don't need this anymore because that's for inventory specific stuff. Actually, we don't need to check for the player or controller player body at all. Or we only had to check the controller body to get like a player inventory component from it. We actually don't need to do that for this one. Instead, what we can do is this. I can actually go to dungeon system, and we can actually go to our trusty little dungeon data. And I'm going to actually just say public pool dungeon has dungeon compass. I'm going to just actually duplicate that. I'm going to say has dungeon map. And that's literally all we got to do. And what I'll do is I'll have like inside the dungeon data, I'll just have like a little enum, public enum, dungeon key item type. I'll just say by default dungeon map, or forget short, dungeon map equals 0, dungeon compass equals 1. Oh, you know what? Oh wow, I just realized I could have, instead of like having like like different bools, I could technically just have one enum. I'm not kidding. I could just have like an enum right here, and I could just have like dungeon compass, dungeon portal, and I could actually just have this one value keep track of like, do we have the compass? Do we have the map? Do we have the portal active? I'll do that off stream. I don't want to do a refactor off on stream, but I will be switching to that after stream ends. They'll also make like it where like the save file is a little bit smaller. Yeah, so basically keep track of the dungeon compass and so forth that way. I'll just create a set that to interactable interactable mode dot input in there, and we'll go ahead and just say serialized field private, and I'm gonna just say dungeon item dungeon data dot dungeon item type. I'm gonna just say dungeon item type. There we go. Actually, change that. And what we can just do is after we interact with the dungeon chest, just have a switch statement. I could literally just say I could maybe, oh no, I was gonna say generate code. Oh, sad. Okay, so after I there used to, I could actually just say generate code, and it would just like set up the switch statement for me if I hovered over. I don't know why, but after I updated to newest JetBrains writer, I'm assuming they just broke it somehow. But you used to just make all the cases for you. Anyways, I could just say actually, instead of just saying this, I could just instead of doing a switch statement, I could actually just go to my dungeon system. I guess what I'll do is, because I'll probably need to check to see what kind of dungeon item I'm picking up in multiple like scripts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just go and add a picked up like item in here. That way I don't have to like retype out all those freaking switch statements over and over again. I'll just say pick up dungeon dungeon item. I did name this dungeon item, right? Yeah, dungeon item. And I'll just say dungeon data dot dungeon item type, and then I can just do switch statement once here. Never have to worry about it like having to type this out again. I can just say case let's just say dungeon item type. Yeah, we'll just say dungeon map. I'm gonna just say active dungeon data dot dungeon map equals true, because clearly it's just a I'm just gonna be sorry, wrong one. Active wait, dungeon map has dungeon map, sorry. Has dungeon map equals true. Then I'll just break. Don't change my formatting. I was formatting. I'm not OCD, but it just makes it easier to like read through the code. Okay, and then same thing here. We could just say actually yeah, no. We could just do this. I guess we should just make sure that the active dungeon data just prevent errors. Like if for some reason we call this code from like the overworld or something, just return like no, just return donor out and so forth. Da, da, da. Now if we actually go here, dungeon, pick up item, and we just pass in the dungeon item type, and that's it. I hope that's it. It may seem a little bit convoluted, but like remember, that dungeon data thing is being passed into the save system. So like it may seem a little bit convoluted for just what I'm doing here, but it prevents me from having to do a really super complex thing down the line for saving and loading. So it's worth it. It's a lot less of a headache. All right, I'm gonna just like this. Hopefully, whenever we pick up the chest, it will actually like give us a map. I don't know why. I just like to smack them around. All right, please work. Oh, honey. Okay, well. One second. Oh, whoops. I don't think I switched out the script. Yeah, I didn't. Okay, I was like, wait a second. Sorry about that. Dungeon. Need to switch it to open dungeon chest. I still had the old chest script on it. I was like, wait a second. That's not right. Category. Interactable, and oh yeah, need to make sure. Actually, wait, this is actually just interactable. And context, let's just make sure that it's player, and I don't remember if I have it as player and trigger or player and hitbox. Technically, either one, like as long as I have the player thing, it should be good. Like it should still like work no matter what. All right, let's just test this out. All right, so now if I go to dungeon layout, hopefully. Hey, there we go. We picked up the dungeon map. All right, cool. There we go. So now we can have a dungeon map. We can have a dungeon compass. It's we can have it saved. That way, like all I gotta do is set up the dungeon save block. Hey, Annie Evans, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I am doing pretty good. Just I've been testing out Unity's new physics core 2D API, and also like Unity 6.5 and 6.6, and just basically enjoying it. I'm kind of just recreating certain games. Like I'm working on Metroid Prime 1 recreation, and also recreating Oracle Seasons, just as a way to test out the new features inside Unity. But I'm doing pretty good. I don't know about anybody else, but like I found like when trying to learn something, like I know this actually is with the same conversation. I'm not going crazy. Just hold with me for a second. I learned when like trying to learn new things, instead of like watching like just tutorials, like actually try to do like small bits and pieces of a project related to it. Really helps. So like if you're trying to like learn how to do game development, find a game you like, and don't focus on making the entire game at once. Find a piece, start off with small pieces of a game you like, and recreate one mechanic at a time. And it lowers the stress and frustration if you're new and just trying to learn. It makes it easier to learn, and it just makes it a more enjoyable experience when you're first trying like game development. I mean, even if you have been doing game development for years, it's just a much more enjoyable process. Also, I'm doing pretty good. The stream's been doing pretty good. One thing, guys, I'm still here for a second. I just got to grab my Savannah monitor. She's doing weird stuff again. What are you doing? Oh my god, hi! You got yourself your little turtle shell. You're happy. That's Jackie on. Sorry, I have a 4-foot Savannah monitor, and she just likes to like pick stuff up, put it on her back, and she likes to run around the room with it like she's a turtle. I do not understand it one bit. Like, I do not understand why she enjoys it one bit. Okay, so we can open chest now. We can actually do stuff like that. Let's actually go to... Oh, Oh yeah, this is gonna be a fun one. No, it's screw it. Let's start working on the railroad. Also, I need to have this like disabled, but actually, you know, we'll just have it enabled for now. But time to start working on the rail system. So, oh, okay. I say time to start working on rail system. And time to actually implement you guys. I apparently have not implemented you. That should be like not a problem at all. So I've made a universal like character controller system. Uh, so I'm gonna just actually click on our little slimy boy, click on him. I'm gonna just set up our slimes real quick. Top down controller body. Up. He needs to be. Let's set him up as make sure he's on the right layers, enemies, contacts, obstacle player. Yes. Okay. And make sure he has contact events so he can actually take damage. And yeah, okay. There we go. Make sure, oh yeah, I forgot I added entity ID support for the toolset literally last night. All right, there we go. Drag this down here. And then we can go ahead and add the brain for the slimes. Basically, I have it where like each NPC, like it doesn't have to be just enemies. It can be even like non characters, like random objects can have a state machine brain for certain things. So I enjoy Oracle Seasons a lot because I enjoyed like the aspect of like control, like changing the seasons to like change your path, like where you go inside the game. I think my favorite though, like if I was gonna say like my favorite Legend of Zelda, I'm a Majora's Mask. I really love Majora's Mask a lot. I mean, I really enjoyed Majora's Mask. So let's grab the properties for this guy real quick. Because I'm not kidding, for most of the stuff, I can actually just copy over the state machine brain. And I gotta do a couple more things for like whenever you hit the slime, he needs to split off. Oh man, that makes me want to play Majora's Mask again. Like I really enjoyed like Majora's Mask a lot. Let's choose default state. And wrong one. Slime. Red. Like I need to do a randomizer. That's what I need to do. I haven't played like a randomizer or Majora's Mask in a while. I've been doing like Metroid Fusion randomizers and like a lot of like random Metroid Prime randomizers. And honestly, for this, I'm gonna just give him like a small random range movement. I think that's literally all I really need for him. Be free, slimes. You can move. If I didn't mess this up, okay, I just realized I only put that on one of the slimes. I need to put them on all slimes. No, what did I do? Shape component add to combo. Eh. Blur. Body. I swear I added that. Okay, I'm pretty sure I added it. Okay, hold it on. Oh, okay, so I better know what I did. Yeah, okay, so I added the top-down controller to one slime, but not the one that I was adding the state machine on. Good job, me. Okay, so now if I do that, okay, yeah, now they all should be good. I was like, wait a second. Wait a second, that doesn't make sense. But now, yeah, go ahead, ask wait. Why are you on state enter? Okay, it should automatically be setting it, but just in case, yes, that check. Machine brain, let me check this. Oh, okay, I gotta reset the control thing on all of them real quick. Let me actually go into here just to make sure. I'm not like trying to push that on all individually. And now, let's see if that works. Also, like, if anybody ever has like questions about like game development stuff, go ahead and ask them. Yay! Look at our little fella. Okay, cool. Okay, so uh, also the reason I need a set up. Wait. To slime grid. Okay. Big grid. Zombie grid. Okay. I see like maybe oh, might have to like they might have I gave them a random chance to just not do anything. Okay, I see. Well, aren't you guys supposed? I love how one of them like they're all the same prefab. They're all just one prefab. Curse you. Uh okay. Uh and say transition random. Yes. Yes. That's working. That's on there. That's also set up. Okay, well, I see how this is. Wait, why? How is only, you know what? Don't think too hard about it. That's all I'm gonna think. I don't know why. Okay. I'm glad I just randomly checked stuff. Uh, Nani? Set you guys dynamic. Okay. So, oh my god. Okay, so I need to go into the prefab. Take off position dynamic. Okay, I'm gonna actually go for the prefab instead of like and make sure. Okay, enemies, obstacles, player check, surface material check, density, contact events check, um, and then body definition dynamic. Rotation is the only body constraint. Current, gravity CL. Okay, that should be it. Making sure that it was actually auto saving. So I'm always like, if anybody wants me to like look at a portfolio, I'm always good to like check out people's portfolios because I like if you're trying to get into industry stuff, getting like having people check your portfolio and stuff like is okay. It's just it depends on like the link because there's been some people that have tried like they try to get you to like go to a link and it could be like a virus. So like it depends on like if the portfolio is on like a known site uh or like something like or if it's just a random Google Drive because like if it's like a well-known site or not even a well-known site but if it's like a certain site that's known for portfolios and stuff I have no problem like checking out it's just like if it's to a random like Google Drive link I avoid stuff like that. I, uh, uh, so there's actually a uh, do you have are you do you have like a you should be able to drop links inside like a are you just wanting to drop like pictures and stuff because there we have a Discord channel that's actually for like getting feedback on stuff like that. There should be like yeah there should be like you could just like showcase your stuff. Yeah, there's actually yeah we do have it. Yeah, I had to double check. Yeah, okay. I don't mind showing this, but yeah, we actually have a Discord channel. Link should oh yeah the link change. I'll update the link and put it inside the chat. But we actually have a Discord page for people like show off like their portfolio and ask for feedback on it. Let me grab that link for you if you want to like their general channel. Um, more. Let's grab that. Love how come on Discord. Oh, because I'm in stream mode. I gotta do that real quick yet. So let me get this like server or like invite link. Yeah, there we go. If anybody's wanting to like check out, there you go. That should be the Discord like server. I'm trying to build up a community, so Morty, there's not like a lot of like people on the Discord server, but since I'm new to like starting this, so but yeah. But anyways, okay. So you there is a channel called Showcase or like a category called Showcase Your Work if you want to like ask for like portfolio feedback and stuff like that. You can just put your portfolio like whatever you want feedback in there. Um, yeah. And welcome to the server. Yeah. So here we go. While you're doing that, I'm gonna continue working on. So we got slimes moving. Slimes can be killed. I mean, I gotta add new like AI, like state machine behavior and logic for the slimes to like split whenever they die. Fun times. Time to do the railroad track. So we gotta in Oracle seasons actually like ride tracks. And yeah, basically that's what we're gonna do. So let's add that feature real quick. So I gotta remember if I have like the actual like art for it. Do character art. It might be in like the player. Let me open the sprite sheet. There we go. Is there? Oh, how about there's a sprite for like sleeping? Yeah. Okay. So uh, if you want to share your portfolio, you could just drop in like a portfolio feedback. I tried. I've known people that have had like get uh like hacked before, so I tried not to like accept random things from like people. Sorry, that's journaling, but like for like your portfolio, there's actually like a you can actually there's actually a portfolio feedback thing inside the Discord if you want to just like send portfolio feedback stuff there. Like you can actually create a new post. Anybody should be able to create a new post, and you can actually like drop your portfolio stuff there for and request for feedback. Okay. Oh, that's for if he's carrying something. Okay, I was so confused for a second. Do what? Let's do this. Cart. Down, or I guess I should say, I'm sorry. I prefer not to like do like DMs and stuff. Because like I said, for like safety of uh I've seen people like have like DM logos and stuff. I mean, if you want, you could just like show like put in the portfolio thing, and then like if you want to like delete it right afterwards, you can. But I try to avoid like uh portfolio stuff. Sorry, like DM stuff. It's kind of just like a like avoiding like getting a virus stuff like that. Unfortunately, there are some people that try to like do that. Oh, player cart down. Got to get player animations in. Player cart one. Oh, for now I might actually just set it where okay. We might just have a single like we'll just have like a single sprite state just for now, just to make sure we can actually get this working. So sprite cart. We'll have player card up. So what I'm going to do is there actually, oh man, I can't remember. I think there is like just a actual like cart that just sit there, and then basically like whenever you get onto that like you just touch it, and then I need just a cart sprite. Let's go see if we can find Mr. Cart Sprite. I have a lot of sprites like already in the project. Uh, do do do. Do 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 do. Let's do this. Maybe it's inside. Might be actually like a dungeon thing. Oh, I was gonna say you can there's actually like you can actually just create a post and just put your name and title there if you want, like that way, like anytime you ever want to say like show people your stuff, like they don't get like buried in messages. I mean, that's up to you though. Uh I swear I have a cart thing. Okay, we might have to go grab a cart, or we might have to make a cart. Actually, you know what? We might end up just making a cart. That might be something we do. All right, actually, check this out. Wait a second. Wait a second. I got this. I got this. Is the cart by any chance just like no? We're gonna check something out, guys. Such as Zelda. Uh, um, uh, let's see, Zelda Oracle of Seasons. One second, I gotta like check out this gnarled root dungeon. Because I don't remember if you just step on the thing or if there's like actual like cart. Okay, there is actual cart. I'm not kidding. I had to look up a video. I couldn't remember. There's actually like just a cart. Oh my god, that was loud. Holy crap. Sorry about that. But there's actually just a cart sitting there, and so forth. Yeah, all right, I could actually like are you okay if I put this on stream? Some people might like I know some people might not want me to like share it on stream, but if you want, I can actually like just show it. I would say, like the first thing that I noticed right off the bat, like the first two things that really caught the eye was like the kind of like the castle with the gunslinger and chains, and also like the sword one. Uh, so like the girl with like I don't know if that's lava or something. I'm gonna assume that's like lava and obsidian like sword with the black crown. Like that's honestly, like those two are probably the first ones that I've noticed that were actually good. So like this one, um, I actually I can actually give a detailed look at like right after stream, but like first glance, like those are the two like that's actually really stood out to me. And also like ADHD side note, like I am going insane. Like trying to okay, you know, we're gonna grab a card. Okay, Oracle Seasons card. Actually, no, we're gonna make a card. We're gonna just make our own card icon. All right, let's go. Uh, like so we're gonna make our own core cart. It's time. It's that time where we have to make our own art assets. Do player. Okay, so what I can do here is we're gonna yeah. Okay, so I am going to show this in Explorer. I'm gonna grab this. Yoink. I'm gonna open this. I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna just add a I'm gonna add like a side view, like a where the cart's a little bit thicker. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna just put it up here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to uh remove Link's head. Sorry, Link, you've been decapitated. And we're gonna just go and like actually do this real quick. I'm going to find a reference to that cart and see like how it's drawn real quick. So I'm gonna just do this. Okay, so we're gonna just draw this cart real quick. Do. Yeah, and then have this, and we're gonna just have like that. All right, there we go. Now we have like a little like a uh, we'll have just like a little cart. There we go. Got ourselves a little empty cart now. Let's go back to Unity real quick. I'm gonna exit sprite editor and re-import that image. And now, there we go. We got ourselves a nice little part. Okay, I'm gonna just say player part empty. Trim. I'm gonna go ahead and make it 6. There we go, guys. Sorry about that. Now we got a card. Yeah, So after your stream, I'll like do detailed like look at the art that you're wanting to share. I'd be happy to like actually do that because I think that's also always a good thing like give people like a like art like feedback. So gonna grab the empty cart. Art. I spell cart. Oh oh what? It didn't apply. Hold on. I didn't apply. You're supposed to apply. Yeah. What's that? Player card empty. It did. Okay, whatever. That was just delayed for some reason. When I first searched for it, it did not show it. Anyways, ignore that. We got ourselves our player card now. Okay. 14.5, and I'll just say 34. All right, so rectangle shape. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna have this obstacle interactable. I'm gonna just say player. Also enemies, so enemies can't like what is it called? Walk through it, and then trigger. Gotta go first. Okay, and now we can go to scripts. I don't know where I need to put this under. Okay, this is gonna sound weird. Mountables. So like you have like different pets and stuff that you can actually have. Like you get the kangaroo, the bear. Can't remember if there's any more. I think those are like the only two. But you can actually get those. So I'm gonna just put all those stuff under like mountable, and I'm gonna just do player cart. Yeah, we'll just do player cart. There you go. Grab this. Grab this. Oh, let it reload the domain first, and then we'll get to it. All right, player card. Let's do this. All right. So, same thing. Honestly, I can actually have this be interactable as well. So I'll make it interactable. That way I can actually. Oh, Daisy, are you trying to get out? Oh no, you were just rolling over. Well, my dog was wanting out for a second. I have a Savannah monitor and puppy just curling up right beside each other. Mountable. Module. Yeah, that sounds so weird. Mountables. Or yeah, we'll just say mountables, I guess. Clearly doesn't like my spelling for mountables. Ooh, no. Mount. Apparently just doesn't like the fact that I'm trying to like just make a plural for a word that's not actually a thing. M-O-U-N-T. Okay. So technically not a real world word, but that's technically how they do it. So show context. Mountables. Just add it. Anyways, grab that. It's gonna be a no op. Move this one up here. I'm gonna say I don't know if I want to do it input or collision. Let's just do collision. Oh, by following a path. Yeah, we're gonna be able to do this. We're gonna just do this. What we're gonna do. So there's a couple different things I could do. I could add a spline. Like I could actually use like a for Okay. I love how there's spline and like Unity's 2D comment, and then there's spline and like Unity engine ones. Okay. Make sure which one is it. Let's go to splines. Actually, wait, easier way to do this. Add a thing, and I'll just say cart track, cart tracks. Yeah, spline. Cinemachine supply card. Okay, the funny thing is, as stupid as this is, we could actually just use the Cinemachine supply card. I'm not kidding. But like I'm not kidding. We could actually do that. Yeah, we could actually just set up this Cinemachine. Okay, so I could have yeah, yeah, we could do this. This is so stupid. It's such a stupid idea, but I mean it works. Polygon spline. I'll just say track one. And what I can do is just do this. So with the spline, like I could literally just make a spline that and I'll have to like remove like the curb. I'm not kidding. I could just do this. That's it. I could literally just make it like I could just make different like spline paths like and uh yeah, yeah, I could actually just do this. Oh my god. That's great. Let's do track uh and why not line? Oh wait. Okay, yeah. I just need to do this. Okay, so uh I need to just make it where like the there's no like curves and stuff because it's kind of like yeah, just need to set them all to be like linear. So linear. So yeah, so yeah. Yay. I this actually does work. Okay, this is so stupid, but it's just like it's solutions like this that just can speed up like dev time. I mean, it seems like a stupid idea, but it just works. So hey, right, I mean, obviously that's not a straight spline path, but whatever. For now, it's okay. What I could do is I could just spline should not be a child of this object. Oh, okay. Uh, cart player cart empty say root. And what I'll do is I will actual like cart, and I'll just move the like okay, yeah, we're gonna just do this player cart um master. I'm gonna set the track here. Get rid of that. I'm actually gonna do this. That way I don't have to like reset up the sprite render and stuff like that. Player cart model. And then yeah, then we can have like the actual like tracking paths and so forth. Okay, so what we can do is we'll have like two different. We can actually set up two different tracks. We'll do spline. We might actually be able to use like auto dolly. We'll find out. But we could do something simple like this. So what I'm imagining is I'll actually like show this off is like to simplify the like minecart system because I'm gonna just do this where we probably just have like a spline animate, and I'm just gonna say one, and for example, right, okay, Sorry, 1 second. I gotta set up the spline to spline object. Yeah, I gotta reset the part model now. Just because, what the hell? Did it randomly just get shoved all the way down here? Huh? Weird. No idea what that was about. Okay. Not sure why I just got randomly like yeeted down to tell him back, but whatever. There we go. Yeah. I was like, what in the world? We're gonna pretend okay, yeah, so ping pong. Actually let's do it once so you know we get over there, it plays, yeah, stuff like that. So yeah, that actually doesn't look that bad. Uh I'll just set like a instead of like time, I'll just set like a speed. So yeah, yeah, there we go. Reason why you don't want it too fast, there are actually some parts of Oracle Seasons where you have to actually hit targets while on a minecart. If you go too fast, you're gonna have your people can't freaking hit the target. So yeah. So here you go. All right. So what we're gonna do is spline animate, play on awake, remove that. What we're gonna set this up is we're gonna just whenever like the player sits interacts with this, I'm gonna say public spline animate, sorry, private spline animate, spline animate, spline animate. If spline animate equals null, return, because I mean there's no thing. What we're gonna do is just say like if oh yeah, also check to say or the spline animate is playing. Is there two? Oh, one's capitalized and one. So for do note, like since we're doing or thing, if the first check fails, it'll return before we even get to this one, so we shouldn't have like a null reference like error. So if the spline is playing, we can just say play. Alright, so when we first touch the cart, player's not going to be going with it. I'll do that in a second. I just want to make sure that hey, everything is just actually like working. Oh, and let's go to cart master. I'm gonna just set this quick before I forget. Then just go here. Okay, I might have set up the let me make sure. Oh, I bet I know what it is. Oh, yeah. No, position. Yeah, my bad. 1 second. So, on a cart, check. Or spline is playing return. Collision mode. All right, just for now, I'm gonna actually switch the collision mode, or like make it where I can see the collision mode, just for debugging reasons. I want to like switch it to input while in play mode real quick. Let's go here. Let's sure. Okay, I'm gonna actually set this to input real quick, just so I can test this out. Okay. Yeah, so input mode works. Oh, I bet I know what I did. Did I accidentally set? Whoops. Yep. There we go. That's supposed to be no. That's I accidentally clicked trigger events. It needs to be contact events. My bad. I was like, huh? That's not. I was like, I just accidentally clicked the wrong check mark box. Okay, now once I touch it, well, that's rude. Contact bins. Oh, whoops. I need to also undo this. I need a not freeze position. Do 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 do. Okay, I see how this worked 2 seconds ago. Contact filter players. Oh. Do. All right, so let me check just real quick. I want to see. Okay, so if I do input, yeah, I see how this is. Oh, whoops, I'm an idiot. Yeah, wait a second. I know why. I know why. Do 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 do. Yeah, my bad. Hold on a second. I know why it wasn't working. I need to do this. SF shape component. Because I never set the callback for it. Shape component. What we need to do is go to private void. I'm gonna say try get component. Out shape component. Actually, we're gonna also do this as well. Out shape component. What I'll do is I'll say this shape component. Don't need parentheses. I can just do it on one line. Shape component dot add trigger callback parts and not trigger callback. Add contact callback this, and I'll just say I contact shape callback, and just implement both these real quick. Well, technically, I don't need to implement both of them. Actually, I might actually need contact in later, but that's okay. And what I'll do is I'll just say yeah, I'll just say that yeah, we're gonna actually do this. Make sure that the physics shape that we're interacting with is the player body, and also say interact with the player body. Probably should also go ahead and say if the body 2D dot collision information dot collision is activated. So for some reason, like a collision is not activated, like maybe you got knocked back, died, like you died while being knocked back. You don't just, your corpse just doesn't enter the freaking minecart and you just go, you're just a zooming little corpse down the line. So might want to do that. Oh yeah, there you go. So if I have it on input mode, I can just call this directly, but since I'm sending this up to collision, I need to actually make sure that I do that. And now that should actually work. I'll just go ahead and up collision now. Okay. Now, whenever I touch it, hopefully I start seeing a little minecart just zooming down the line. Yep, there we go. All right. So we actually can start the minecart now. So yeah. I just realized it's getting a little bit past lunchtime. I'll resume streaming in a little bit, but I'm gonna make food because I am starting to get a little hungry. When I get back, I'll make it where like whenever the player touches the minecart, it doesn't just start the minecart, but the player jumps into the minecart and actually starts moving with the minecart. But yeah, but altogether, short stream, but we got a lot done. We got the dungeon key system done. We actually can pick up keys, actually use the keys now. The keys are actually saved. Like I can, all I gotta do is add like one method call, and keys are actually saved between like in save files. That way, they don't like reset the dungeon key spawning and everything. Chest work, set up some of the red slimes a little bit. I got to set up their splitting state so they split into like smaller things. But we also got like dungeon compass and dungeon map to be able to be picked up. I need to actually set up the UI for that, but that's all that's left of that. And we also got it where like minecart can actually like go and follow a path. So for stream, short stream, not bad. We got quite a bit done. The dungeon system is a huge thing, like the with the save data and so forth. That was a huge thing that's gonna like make a lot of other stuff a lot easier. But I'm gonna pause for a little bit. I'll be back in probably like 3 or so hours. Yeah, I'll probably do like 2 or 3 hours. I gotta make lunch, and I actually gotta like send a couple emails for work related and contract related stuff. So thank you all for joining. Anna, I'm gonna put something in the oven, and I can actually like go for your since you shared your portfolio and stuff. I'll while I'm eating, I'll actually like review it since you asked. But it was nice talking to you, Anna. Thank you all for joining. I will be back later. Take it easy, everyone.